Guys, welcome back to another Warframe grind video.
They have just shut down all systems. I'm sending life support capsules your way.
Guys, this is the Slinger, and this is a Warframe grind video. Alright, today we're going to talk about overgating, okay? And it's not overguard like the Eximus have, it's overgating. So, a lot of you may even do it without realizing, especially if you use Condemn to shield gate. But basically, I want to show you something right now. You could do it without Condemn, just so you know. Alright, so here we have no auger mods whatsoever, no brief respite on here. Okay. No auger mods here. Nothing even slated in here. No auger here. Okay, no way to get shields. But I do have condemn on my number 4. Instant 1275 over shield. So a lot of people have used condemn in the past because it's really good for shield gating and specifically over gating. So shield gating is just a simple mechanic of keeping your shield super low by using a dragon key, equipping it in your gear wheel, okay? And it'll be the decaying dragon key. That lowers your shields by 75%. The mechanic in the game is that you cannot be one shot, all right? But you can be two shot. So you want your shields as low as possible so that while the crowd's shooting at you, you get that little bit of iframe once your shields are lowered, and then you raise them back to the extent of the top or above, okay? So that it'll count as a one shot again. All right, so this helps you even in lower levels, but not, I mean, not like level 5, you know what I mean? But like lower levels like 100, where they can one shot your shield out, okay? And then you can regen it. So there's different ways of doing this, but I wanted to show you that condemn is a great way to do it. But there's other ways to do it. As you saw in my video when I did my intro, I did not have condemn on. So let's go here and we'll switch this back to brief respite. And then we'll go here. And we're going to put on the Cycron. Okay. Now all your powers can build up shields. And you'll notice here I have Augur Seeker. And, oh, wrong one. Shield X. Augur Seeker and, where is it? Augur Pact. All right, both of these give 80%, or because they're part of a kit. Let's go like this. Actually, let's go over here so you can see it's a set. So now it's 40. Both of them together give 80%. All right, so you understand it. They are set. 80% just from that. And then if I go look at brief respite, I get 150%. Every time I cast, I'm getting over 200% of my energy towards shields. So, what does this mean? At a certain point, I can't get more over shields, right? But every time, I'm instantly over my normal amount for shield gating. And it gives me a buffer. That buffer, you may not think does anything because, you know, in some gameplay, that buffer can be one-shotted out. A lot of times, though, it won't be. So that buffer gives you time. All right. Now let's go look at another build where I also use Okay, just so you know, full disclosure, this thing is arcane sharded up. This is Styanax. I did videos on him saying how I would bring him up. It would take me some time to get him where he needed to be. He's very, very shield gatey, over gatey right now. So the way that works is using the Cycron with the 2 auger mods on it, okay? And then his build has brief respite on it. So it gives me over 200%. And I spam the Javelin, I spam the Tharo Strike, because those are things that you'll just naturally spam in the game. I've gotten rid of his 4, his ultimate, and I put Gloom on it. It slows things down, and believe it or not, because Gloom uses energy the whole time, it's constantly giving me more shields. All right. So even if they take my shields out, if Gloom is still going, it's instantly rebuilding back. And I've got Overgate constantly. And that's what I used in the intro. Now, Rally Point gives you health. Okay, so this is relying on not only my Overgate, but my health. Okay, first thing I do when I get into a mission with Styanax is I cast my number 3. That way when I destroy stuff, it keeps my health at a full bar. I'm using Malt Augmented and Arcane Energize on this build. So I really don't have, I'm not using Grace or Guardian, you know. And I don't have anything that's going to build up health. I'm just relying on his number 3 to build my health constantly. So keep that going. Use these, spam these, keep that going, and you've got overgating nonstop. So the way to do an overgate, and you can actually get rid of rolling guard. I wouldn't get rid of adaptation because the damage would just be too overwhelming, even with this. I believe so. I could try it without it, but I haven't tried it without it. I have tried it without rolling guard, and it does pretty good. Now, I did not level cap with it, and just so you know, this is not saying overguard is going to work for level capping. It will not. I used to overguard to like level 700, but I mean, I'm constantly spamming my powers to do that. Okay, so, but this is for people that maybe aren't comfortable with shield gating yet and rolling every time just before they cast their power. So what it is that you use the rolling guard, and there's ways to replace rolling guard, just so you know. You become invulnerable for 3 seconds. You actually don't. You only become invulnerable for 3 seconds the first time. After that, I think you get 1.5 seconds, except for a couple frames who actually get the 3 seconds. Then you have all statuses removed, which is great. And honestly, one of the reasons that I would use this unranked too, but you have 7 seconds cooldown, which was always for me the hard part, the cooldown, because I wanted to constantly go into my role before it was ready. But if you're learning how to shield gate, overguarding is a great way to learn how to shield gate. And then you don't even have to use rolling guard at first, but rolling guard's not going to be replaced. But just so you know, if you don't want to use rolling guard, okay, and you're using your overgate, all right, you can switch to operator and switch back to get rid of your statuses. I've done this many, many times. I'm not sure if it's because I'm Matarai or just it's every operator, but mainly I'm Matarai, and I've never had a problem shaking off statuses. So That's the one thing, though, when the apocalypse come after you, I've tried to switch back and forth from operator to get rid of that one status where any kind of damage you put out, it comes back on you. Not sure what that's called, but it can kill you pretty fast. For that, I usually just run the hell away from the acolyte till that status is off me, and then I come back and kill him. So that also happened to me in this game that I played just before this video was made. So I hope that's a brief explanation of overgating and how you can overgate. And I know that there's big controversies between adaptation and rolling guard school classes. Some people are super pro rolling guard. Some people are pro adaptation. I would never go without adaptation, but I have builds that I will go without rolling guard, not a problem. So, but rolling guard also, just so you know, let me type that in. In fact, I keep adaptation and rolling guard unranked because it is convenient for statuses. But if you've got to take off rolling guard, just switch to operator and switch back to get your statuses off. Okay. So, but yeah, I definitely have no problem doing that. And you still get for 2 seconds, it says, and removes. So, I mean, that's crazy. You think about it, ranking it all the way up only makes a second difference. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. So that's why if you're having a tight build, you can even take rolling guard and adaptation here. Like that. And you still get a lot of benefits just from having these on there like that. And you'll still be able to shield gate. Adaptation will take you a little bit to build up, but it works. It works great. So I have a halfway up one because a lot of times when I'm making builds, that's what I do. Is if I don't have enough room, I'll put in the 8%. So it starts off at 8%. This starts off at 5, and then the last one is 10. But it doesn't take super long to build that up. If you're overgating, especially inside the game, overgating, you will be able to get away with it real early and build up your adaptation. Not a problem. All right, so I'm going to put it back the way it was. Rolling guard. And, oh, yeah, let's go over this because this is not done also. I need to put another Umbral Intensify Forma on here. Or sorry, an Umbral Forma. So I can get Intensify all the way up here. But this, once I get going, because of Augmented, I instantly strip everything anyways. So it's not a big deal. If you're using Augmented for power strength, it's not a big deal because a lot of his power is duration based. Like if you're going to leave the spears on there, that's a duration based power that gets more spears with duration for some reason. So yeah, strength is not, I can't think of, maybe explosion damage and just damage, but actually we can just test that right now. So let's do this. Uh, 1,375 and 1,375. Yep. So the damage does affect on his spears, and I know it does. Definitely, damage does affect right here, but that's why I have Molt Augmented. So, and then he armor strips right away. As soon as you get, just use your overguard, use whatever you can to get your kills at first, and then once you get your kills, everything will start working. So, So yeah, so that's not done, but it's very playable. You'll see in the gameplay. I'll I'll put some end clips in after this video. And then what I did here is ability strength. It's only 10%. Armor 225. That's pretty nice. Casting speed. Armor again, but only 150 because it isn't a Tau 4 shard. And then 25% casting speed. These casting speeds really made a difference in the gameplay, and the armor obviously makes a difference. I could have went without the 10% strength because it really didn't make that much difference when I'm using multi-augmented. But all right, so oh yeah, I guess I'll show you some overguard here. See, instant overguard. There we go. All right, guys, get out there and grind. I will.
Life support activated.